I've been coming to New Hampshire since I was little to ski, camp, and hike, but today I'm checking something new off my bucket list in Concord, New Hampshire.
About 4 years ago, we started seeing people really jump on board the paddleboarding. And we had 2 or 3 in our rental fleet, and they were always rented out. And each year, it's the biggest gain in our rentals, paddleboarding.
Would you say somewhere like here in New Hampshire along a river might be a little bit easier for a first-timer as opposed to the ocean?
Well, you're going to get to test it, and you're going to see how this river, it's just flat and meandering. It's a great spot to try paddleboarding. When you get out where there's current or sea conditions, it can be a bit challenging for the first time on a board.
Let's talk about some of the secrets to standing up, which I'm going to need.
Can you dance?
I can dance.
Secrets to staying up. Well, it's all about dancing. It's in the hips. So if you can rock your hips left to right, relax your knees, you can stay up on a paddleboard.
Okay, good. I got that.
It's really easy to do. Even though people look at it and go, boy, I'm going to fall off this thing, I'm going to get wet. Not the case. Only about 10% of newbies end up in the water.
Hold on, wait, go back down. Oh.
It is a good workout. And we do yoga here. We have yoga classes. And it's an incredible workout. And to have that balance, to balance yourself on a board when you're doing your poses, it's really good.
Are people distracted by the scenery around here? Because it's just so beautiful.
People lose their focus on the board because they start looking at the shoreline because it's so beautiful, or an eagle that passes over, or wildlife, and then they end up in the water. This river is very scenic, it's very, very picturesque. And it is sometimes hard to focus on your paddleboard.
Well, summer in New Hampshire, it's not too bad to end up in the water, is it?
No, not when the water's warm and clean like the Kentucky River.
If you'd like to live free and head out on the water, you can get more information at visitnh.gov.
Sand sculptors from all over the world are in Hampton Beach, New Hampshire this weekend for the 16th annual Hampton Beach Master Sand Sculpting Competition.
Competitors have 23 hours total to complete their pieces. Saturday is the big day. The awards are at 8 p.m. on the Seashell stage, followed by fireworks. There's no theme here. The sculptors are free to sculpt anything they want. We have judging. About 90% of the judging is the wow factor.
This year I'm going to do something similar to what I did last year, which was, it's going to be an ugly old ogre sitting plucking petals off a big sunflower, and he's going to have one petal left on the sunflower and one petal in his hand. He's going to be looking at the one petal left, and the title will be "She Loves Me." And hopefully it will sway the judges and get that thing, and maybe I'll win something.
Every year it's really exciting to me to see the different ideas that the sculptors come up with, and it amazes me what they can do with 10 tons of sand.
It usually takes about 6 to 7 hours to do a good pound up of 10 tons. If you take your time, you can milk it, so 7, 8 hours, 8-hour day shoveling. This is the pound up, and this is where we take sand from down here and we put it up there. I'll go in, spread it out nice and evenly. And when the 8 inches is all packed up, or with my feet, I go in there with the hand tamper. That 8-pound metal thing you gotta hold and tamp, and it gives you real nice blisters between your thumb and forefinger. But this is the grueling part of the whole process. After this, we get to do the sculpting.
If you've never seen it before, it's a must-see thing, and you'll come back year after year after year. It's a fun day, it's a family day. Just enjoy it.
And sculptures will be up through July 6th. For more information about the competition and fun activities in New Hampshire, visit fox25boston.com and click on the Around Town tab.
Fly fishing in New Hampshire, this ought to be fun.
And what will we be catching?
We're going to catch native brook trout in the Ammonoosuc River. Called fishing, not catching. Okay? All right, I just want to point that out. What you do when you go fly fishing, the first thing you do is you observe what's going on in the water. You're looking, are the fish rising? Is there a little nose coming out of the water? That's an indication that they're feeding on the surface. Stoneflies are a big insect around this area, so we use a lot of beads and things like that represent the fly. Bring the rod back and we stop it at the 2 o'clock position. So imagine an imaginary clock on top of you. Stop at 2, go to 10. That line needs to straighten out before you go forward with it. You need at least a 1-day license to fish on the streams up here, and you can get that through the New Hampshire Fish and Game website. You ready?
I'm ready.
We had a little bit of a trek to the river, but that's what you have to do to find the perfect spot.
So we're heading out to the spot. This is what I love about New Hampshire. And right here, what we have is some fish rising on the surface, so we're gonna choose a dry fly for that. And this is why I have my old man glasses on. This is a barbless hook.
Okay.
It's better for the fish.
Do people call you the fish whisperer?
Not yet.
Not yet. Ooh. Come on, fishy, fishy. Come to mama. I'm starting to think that the fish might be sleeping.
The thing is, the fish are smart.
And they can see us too if we get too close.
How long do you leave it there?
Then I swear I caught one.
I got a fish. Do I have a fish? Strike it. Pull. Ah! Can I watch you for a minute? Sure. If he catches one, I'm gonna kick him into the water and grab the fishing rod, and then you get me.
Well, no luck catching a fish this time, but I will definitely try again. If you'd like to live free and fly fish in New Hampshire, go to visitnh.gov.
There are so many great destinations in New England for summer adventure, and today we're checking out 2 activities that not only allow you to have fun, but to relax as well.
The Contoocook River in Concord, New Hampshire is a gorgeous location and a huge draw for kayakers and canoers across New England.
It's very clean, it's slow moving, so the beginner can come out and enjoy themselves and not feel it's fast moving water. I'm going to end up in the water, I'm going to get wet, and it's just beautiful.
Patrick Malfait knows this river well.
We started in 1997, family owned. We rent canoes, kayaks, stand-up paddle boards, and we have a retail shop where we sell the same.
As you're paddling along, you must see some really pretty sights.
Well, we have a bald eagle that flies up and down the river, and we've had some bear, we've had moose, we've had deer on the riverbanks, and there's great fishing here too.
Eagle on the river, and it actually was like a spirit guide, and it flew ahead of us.
What's the difference between a kayak and a canoe for people who don't know the difference?
So canoeing versus kayaking. Canoeing is a open vessel, and with a canoe you can put 2 or 3 people in and you can bring everything in the kitchen sink. Where a kayak is more of a closed vessel, unless it's a sit-on top, usually a single. We do have doubles that people can rent.
And if you're new to kayaking or canoeing like I am, not a problem.
We actually do an 8-hour class every other week here. It's on a Saturday or a Sunday. But the general rental person who comes in, they get a safety overview, and then we ask them, would you like us to go over basic paddling of a canoe, kayak, or stand-up paddleboard?
It's a lot of fun, but it's also really relaxing.
Oh, it is. We have people that come from south of here, and it's like a different world. But they're relaxed and kicked back, and they've got their picnic lunch, and they're just ready to have fun.
Fantastic. It was magical.
An important bit of advice Patrick has for everyone who comes out on the river:
Have fun and relax.
if you'd like to live free and head out on the water, you can get more information at visitnh.gov. In today's Around Town, we tackle the West Wall Climb, otherwise known as the southwest face of Mount Oscar in New Hampshire. But first, time to get suited up.
All right, so here's your harness.
Okay.
We're gonna have you just step 1 foot through each of those small holes and then pull it up around your waist, just like that, perfect. You wanna get the waist belt right up over your hips, and then we'll tighten these.
Okay.
We get beginners all the time for this.
Okay.
I think you're probably overqualified, actually.
That's good.
It's pretty good. Start right here. We do short sections, we call them pitches. So our first pitch ends right here, which is about 40, 50 feet up. And then it's kind of a scramble up from there to the top. We have some equipment fixed on the cliff. It helps make the climb easier and more accessible for people.
Everywhere in New England where you can climb, why is New Hampshire such a great spot?
Just the quantity, quality. A lot of the climbing here is granite. Climbers really love to climb on granite. You get everything from short 50-foot climbs right up through, 1,000-foot climbs.
All right, I'm ready to go.
All right, let's go. It's awesome, isn't it? This rope will be keeping you from falling off the cliff. All right, so you can climb when you're ready.
Like cheating to hold on to the trees and pull yourself.
Not at all.
What a view.
The view here is all the White Mountain National Forest. These are all 4,000-foot peaks out here. In the distance, we see the presidentials behind me over here. You can see Mount Washington. You can't beat this, 360-degree view. That's it, nice. You're cruising now. All right, you made it. You can have a seat right on the rock.
Look at that.
Nice job.
Woo!
Well, this was life-changing for me. Awesome
Excellent.
time. Thank
nice.
you so
Hopefully we
much.
can do it again sometime.
Absolutely.
Nice.
If you'd like to live free and climb to new heights, just go to visitnh.gov.
The natural beauty of New Hampshire is on display year-round, and a great place to take in the view is from a mountain bike.
It really is a freeing experience. You're out in nature, you're alone a lot of times, and you're just sailing through the woods. It's almost the sensation of skiing in the wintertime, but you've got the summer views. It's very relaxing and very peaceful, especially if you leave your phone in the car. There's no interruptions out here. It's just nature, you and the bike. I think, you know, coming to New Hampshire, there's just so many places to bike. There's a lot of towns that have opened up places to bike, and the state parks are just great. You know, the most ridden place in New Hampshire is probably Bear Brook State Park. There's campgrounds, there's facilities, there's just, you know, 50 miles of mountain bike trails, and it's a pretty short hop over the Massachusetts border.
And it doesn't take much. Pack up the family, grab some bikes, helmets, and hit the trails.
Oh, yes, definitely. It's, you know, a lot of times you see, you know, mom, dad, and the kids all on bikes.
And I thought I'd give it a go before I bring my boys.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm not the most coordinated person.
You know, not get on the seat, but put a leg over.
Let's hope getting on the bike is the toughest part.
It's all right, I'll make it work.
Make sure you hold the brakes.
Yeah. The bike okay?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, these things are tough.
After some practice, I finally got it, and what a ride. There's never a shortage of things to do in New Hampshire. Join us every Thursday as we explore new adventures to help you plan your summer getaway. Check out visitnh.gov for more information.